Hey, everybody. It's me, Everyman, with Everyman's 40K channel. And what we're going to do for this video is we're going to paint up 2 units of stealth suits. So basically, it's going to be a lot of brush work. We do not get out the airbrush. What I'm doing here is I'm just going to show you the primer. And basically, it's a khaki type primer, a neutral tone. So we're going to start out with the neutral color, nothing too dark, like black or anything, because again, as we've talked, it kind of changes your color palette, kind of deepens it, makes it a little bit more dirty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wash everything down 100%. So all 6 models that you see here, or actually 5, one of them's painted already, but all 6 models are going to get a full wash. And like I always say, remember, brown is dirty, black is oily. So we got a brown and black mix going on, and again, we want to just deep get it into the recesses and build contrast. Okay, so now that our oils have dried thoroughly, what we're going to do is we're going to apply some color. And I'm going to use the Artist Opus dry brush method, not the slap chop method. The slap chop method is pretty aggressive. This Artist Opus method is, again, just much smoother. We're going to take a 1/4 inch oval mop, and that is natural hair. Both these that I'm showing you are natural hair. They cost me like $6. This one came from Hobby Lobby. That's a 1/2 inch. And again, these are natural hair that is like silky smooth mink or something. I mean, that is really good, okay? So we're going to use 3 different colors. We're going to use a khaki, a ivory white, so that again a little bit of a what they call a milky white, and then we have another kind of in between color. I'm showing you here basically what our oil wash has done, and just again the contrast, getting it in the recesses kind of deep in there. And then you got my cardboard method, where that's my kind of dry brush palette, so to speak. Some people have, used 3D printed ones or whatever. I found that if you just rip apart cardboard, it works perfect. I mean, you get the corrugated part right there, and you can see. Now here, as we dry brush, you have to be really careful that this is not dry, okay? And it's just hard to explain. Go watch some Artist Opus videos, where he kind of explains that you have to keep the bristles of the brush sort of damp, okay? So this is really not dry brushing. It's sort of like applying a top coat, just using a light brush or a light painting method, okay? It's, again, unless you kind of figure it out and you just practice at it, it's hard to understand. But But the one thing you got to make sure is that it does not go on super, super dry. Otherwise, your next coats or your next part of your painting project will kind of be chalky, right? So let's go ahead, dry brush these, and then we'll come back. Okay, all dry brushed, ready to go. What I'm doing here is basically just game planning. I'm looking them over, testing, or looking to see how my dry brush was, see if I got everything, if the models are in the condition I want them in, and then I'm planning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the blues, because we want to tie in the blue from the devilfish with these units and basically the rest of the units. Even my Commander Farsight is going to have this type of blue in it. Okay, so just letting you know, this khaki and blue system is going to kind of run through the whole army. Okay, that's basically my foundation. You can see I have one model to the left of my hand. That is my test model. As you guys know, I like to do tests with everything I do, and I painted up one complete model. It's done. So now the idea is to kind of paint the rest of these and basically copy that one as in the production line. Okay, so here we go. Okay, batch painting done. And just to show you all what batch painting is, all the helmets are done, right? Coming back, what I've done after the helmets is I went ahead and did another wash, let them sit overnight with a wash of oil, basically again to get that depth and that contrast continuously building up. And now I have to go and clean up around all those oil, okay, all that oil. So again, more cleanup, more brush work. Next, we begin detailing out the helmet. So the little white nodules, or the little white things kind of on each side, like little gas mask type little canisters, the little white dots on the top of their head, and the face, like the center face, we go back to khaki. Okay, and then the eye, as you notice, the eyes are painted black. I wanted a deep sort of black undercoat for when it accepts the green, and then my little flare on the lens. Okay, the little lens flare. So again, just all brush work, all detail work. Okay, so here we go again, back to more brush work and moving this forward. As you can see, we have a little bit of an orange right here. And then on the shoulders, we have a little bit of a green. We've introduced some olive drab. We have these little Scotty beam me up kind of little particle things. I don't know what you would call them, but on their stealth suit, the little energizer things that kind of put them back together once they transport down from the mothership, I guess. I don't know. I'm making stuff up as I'm going along now. So these little doodads or little transformer things, they actually get painted white first. That's what I'm pointing out. Then we're going to go back over the top of them with a neon orange because we do want these to glow. Again, I've tested them. They do glow. So when we get them under the black light on the display board, we kind of want things to start lighting up. Here, we're going to go get our Da Vinci number 2. Again, natural hair. Very, very good brush. I think I paid like 10 or 11 bucks for this one. And then now it's, again, just more detail. I know I keep saying that, kind of boring. No new techniques here. I mean, this is just as long as it takes to paint a mini. That's as long as it takes, and it's nothing but brush work. Just showing you now what we have to do here on each model. And then we're going to take this and go to all 5, the rest of the 5, and paint every single one of these little things orange. All right, done and done. Wow, what a nightmare. Painting all them little things orange on all those models left right there, as you can see. Holy cow. This is actually, this unit here, these 2 small little units, it's a lot of work to get it to look like this one. I mean, it's just a lot of work. It's taken me a really long time. It's been probably 2 months since I posted a video, and I've been working on these like ever since. I mean, off and on, not heavy. But man, check that out. I mean, it's a lot of work on these 6 models. Okay, next up are the power cubes. We're going to go with a violet India ink. Then we're going to get in a heavy bodied violet paint. And then we're just going to, for extra GP or good measure, we're going to bring in some contrast paint. Now all this is because I want a thin paint, because we're introducing the heavy body paint. I don't want to go with just the India ink and the contrast paint, but I'm using the India ink and the contrast paint as a reducer so we keep all that pigment. Okay, otherwise it would be like a wash and each little cube would kind of get washed out. Well, I don't want that. So I want really thick, and you'll see as we go in here. All right, first one is done. Now it's time to go into all the rest, okay? Again, batch painting, that's it. All right, so now after the purple has dried, we're gonna go in, and this time we are gonna do a little slap chopping because we have to go back to a lighter color, because once again we are going to get the neon paints out, and neon is pretty transparent, so we need to lighten up all those little cubes now. So a second coat, or not a second coat, but just kind of a dry brush or kind of a highlight to bring out some of that, the cube shape. You'll see what I mean once we start hitting the cubes and kind of lightly crisscross or like cross hatch them. And then what we do after that is we go into pink and we start really detailing the cubes out. This is one right here that's sort of half done. Okay, this is where we're getting out the pink after the slap chop. Okay, and again, the slap chop allows, remember when I talked about priming dark and then priming with a white, like a black versus a white or a neutral color? Well, this is why, okay? Once we go back in with this slap chop of a white over the dark, you'll see. You just, when you go back over it, you pick up the lights, okay? Each model has to be gone over and over and over, just like this. Kind of lighter pink, edge highlight. See, check that out. And again, my camera kind of sucks. I wish I had a good 4K, but it's really not that pixelated. All right, everybody, we are done, complete. All 6 models are done. You can see here, I kind of grouped them in their 2-man or 2 squads of 3 each. So I want to spend a little time. I want you guys to be able to just focus in on the details and what we were able to do. You guys leave a comment in the comment section. Please tell me, do you think these are competition quality, or are these just going to get hammered in a competition, right? That's my main goal, is make a display board and go to compete. I can care less if I win a single game. I want to win best painted. So that's the goal. On these particular models, or this whole display board, you can see here, that is my green tea ground cover method. That is Costco green tea. We are going to use tufts. I'm just showing you the base. That's my basing technique. But the green tea method is really working. As I've said before, these look like real leaves, like fallen foliage, or just kind of a swampy undergrowth. Once we get the epoxy resin, okay, so remember, we're going to go with an epoxy resin on each of these bases. So we're going to get the wet surface, okay, the high gloss finish, to contrast with the flat of the models. And again, that's another technique. Here you can see the iconography, or their squad marks. Look at that detail. That's hand painted little squad marks. And again, just showing you the kind of the green tea methodology with using green tea and tufts. It just, to me, I mean, it looks real. It's the little leaves and the way it lays down. Basically, I just use Elmer's glue or wood glue to glue the substrate down to the base. So here you can see I hid the little wire with some tall grass. Okay, if you can see, again, I'm pointing out the green tee, but look at that in the back. When I turn that, see that grass right there hides that wire that lifts that little dude up in the air. Okay, just other techniques, right? Just little tidbits for you guys. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to wrap this one up. This is it. We got another episode in the bag. I'm going to do a little short on these. So I've already recorded the short. In the next episode, we're going to do a character, and I want to do Commander Farsight. So get ready for that one. It's going to be good. So hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and hit that like button, because likes changes the algorithm. And please make sure that you tell all your friends on social media that I'm out here. That's the only way I get any recognition or word of mouth of, driving people to the channel. So just like to tell everybody thank you for hanging out, and like we always say, may all your dice rolls come up sixes unless you're looking for that one. Peace out, everybody.